There are hundreds of YouTube videos talking about different ways to make money online, and the truth is all of them do work. But today, I'm going to share what I believe is the smartest path to $10,000 a month, and for some reason, almost no one is talking about this online. You've probably heard of all these business models before. Maybe you even tried them: dropshipping, marketing agencies, Amazon FBA. I've tried these myself. I did dropshipping, it didn't work out. I've tried building a marketing agency, that failed too. I looked into Amazon FBA and didn't even start. Why? Because all of these businesses have a major problem that no one really talks about. You either need to learn a ton of different skills, or you need a ton of cash up front, and on top of that, literally everyone is already doing them, meaning it's pretty saturated. So to put it simply, they're just not beginner friendly. But no one really talks about this because everyone online is just trying to sell you a course. But here's the good news. There's a new industry that's growing by billions of dollars every single year, one that anyone can tap into, and it's called lead generation. And this is an article from Forbes which projects lead generation as an industry to reach $31 billion by 2031. And nobody teaches you this in school or anywhere else. And right now, there's a massive opportunity to get in on this. And here's an example. And this is the part where if you're confused, if you're like, okay, what's this? You're really gonna understand now. I want you to list from these companies here, which companies do you know? Is it Microsoft, Amazon, IBM? Well, what do they all have in common? And I'll give you a hint. Microsoft didn't make billions of dollars selling things like Microsoft Word for $100. And Amazon isn't making a bunch of money selling Amazon Prime for $10 a month. And this is the important part that we need to know. These companies make most of their money by selling their services to other businesses. And we're talking tens of thousands, even millions of dollars. But the question is, how do they actually find these businesses to sell to? And that's where lead generation comes in. Because big companies like Microsoft, Amazon, IBM, they all hire people called lead generators. And sometimes they go by different titles in a more corporate-y company, but they all do the same thing. They send emails to businesses finding out if they're interested in certain services, and then they set up calls with the sales team to then close the deal. So in this training, we're going to focus on lead generation because it's easy to get started, anyone can do it, and all you really need is a computer and internet. That's it. And here's the best example I can give you. Let's say Microsoft wants to sell a cybersecurity service to other businesses. A lead generator would find these businesses like banks or hospitals and send them an email basically saying, your current cybersecurity situation, well, it's honestly not the best. You could be at risk for hacks or viruses, and Microsoft can help you prevent this. And if you're interested, you should set up a time with Microsoft to chat about how it works. And here's the best part. Lead generators make money for every call that they set up. So it's not a set salary that's paid every 2 weeks or every single month. It can be a range from a few $100s to a few $1,000s per call. Now, we use Microsoft as an example, but millions of businesses out there need lead generators. If you search on Google, there are over 3 million B2B businesses in the US alone. And if you look at places like Canada or the UK, there are millions more. And the truth is these businesses need you, because without lead generators, they wouldn't be able to make any money. Businesses pay you just to get interested businesses on the phone and for simply bringing people to them. And the only thing you need to do is book sales calls. You're not selling anything, you're not explaining how the service works, you're just setting up the calls. So let's actually break this down with numbers. So make sure you screenshot this, pause the video right here and take a picture. This is what I call the performance equation. And the performance equation will let you figure out how much you can make as a lead generator. So you got your commission at the top in green, which is how much businesses will pay you for every call you book, times the number of calls that are actually booked. And that equals to how much money you make. So for example, if a business pays you $250 for every call that you book, which is a very realistic, conservative number, and you're able to set up 5 calls in a month, that means you make $1,250. If you book 10 calls, you'd make $2,500. And if you get really good at this and you book 20 calls, well, you'd make $5,000 in a single month. And because of the performance equation, your earning potential is literally uncapped, because the better you get at booking calls, the more money that you will make. And the most I've made in a single month from one business was $8,000. I booked them 32 calls at $250 each. And here's the thing, you can work with multiple businesses at once. This isn't a job where you're tied to one employer. So if, for example, you're working with 4 businesses, I like to call them clients, and you book them 10 calls each at $250 per call, you're making $2,500 from each client. And because you have 4 clients, you're making $10,000 a month. And if that blows your mind, it should, because it's honestly kind of crazy, right? You're no longer trading your time for money because there are only 24 hours in a day. You're making money based on the value you create, or in this case, based on how many sales calls you book, which helps your clients make more money. You don't need a degree, and nearly anyone with a brain can do this. And it can be done completely remote, full-time, or even part-time. So here's the rundown on lead generation. You're not selling anything, you're just booking calls for your client sales team. It's simple, straightforward, and very, very valuable. Remember, these companies literally need you because without lead generators, they won't make money. This can be done remotely from anywhere, no experience is required. You can make $2,000 to $5,000 per month per client, and all you really need is a laptop and an internet connection. And in a second, I'm gonna show you step by step how to get started with lead generation. And if you stick to the end, I'll actually give you a full step-by-step course for free, showing you how you can get started with all of this in detail. So make sure you stick around, take notes, and get ready, because I'm giving you everything you need in order to succeed. So there are 4 key steps in order to become a lead generator. Step 1 is outreach, because before we start generating leads, we need to find businesses to work with, right? So the goal is to work with established companies, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. First, go to a website called apollo.io. It's a giant directory of businesses. Create a free account, so don't worry about paying for anything because you don't need to. So once your account is set up, head to the search icon. On the left side, you see a bunch of filters that you can use to narrow down your search. So here's what you want to do. The first is click industry and keywords. You see a list of industries. Pick an industry that just interests you. Honestly, it really doesn't matter too much which one you choose. Just pick something that catches your eye. Next, set the location. So we want to work with businesses in countries like Canada, the US, or the UK. Enter those countries in the location filter. And third, find the right people. We need to reach out to the decision makers. So people such as the founder, co-founder, CEO, or owner. And under the job title filter, enter those titles. Now on the right side, you see a list of all the founders, CEOs, and owners of businesses in the industry you selected, located in Canada, the US, or the UK. So click the access email to grab their email address. So what we're doing with their email address is we're sending what's called a cold email. It's an email where they don't know who you are yet, and we're reaching out to see if they're interested in what you have to say. Now, before I show you how to send a good cold email, let's actually talk about what makes a good one. A good cold email should be, number 1, not a time waster, right? You're not talking about where you live or the weather. You need to get straight to the point. The second point is you need to be focused on the offer. So for example, I can help you generate more sales calls. And the third is it needs to be simple and short. Keep it concise. Don't write an essay. And check out this example of good cold emails that actually follow each of these points. Take a screenshot, take a picture, and pay attention to what this cold email is actually saying. This cold email is short and to the point. It's not saying anything that isn't needed and is very clear as to what I'm trying to say. Now here's what a bad cold email looks like. And don't send cold emails like this, because if you do, you just won't make any money. So the ideal cold email for getting a client as a lead generator is, number 1, not time wasting, it's straight to the point. Number 2, it starts with a good question. So for example, are you looking to book more sales calls? Number 3, it offers your help. So I work with accounting businesses, helping them book sales calls every single month. And number 4, it ends with a call to action or a next step. So something like, if you're interested, let's set up a time to chat. So step 2 in becoming a lead generator is choosing the right businesses to work with. The business you work with is super important, and I can't emphasize this enough. They're the ones whose service that you'll be booking sales calls for. So services that other businesses want to buy. So write this down, screenshot it, whatever you need to do, because this is key. And here's what you want in a business that you're working with. The first is the price point. It needs to be minimum $5,000, because if the businesses you're working with are selling their services for less than $5,000, they simply won't be making enough money to be paying you $250 per call. So make sure the services are priced at least $5,000 or more. Number 2 is you need to make sure they have solid customer results, because you want to work with businesses that sell their services that people actually want, and that can generally help other businesses, right? We obviously don't want to work with scammers or shady companies. And number 3 is it needs to be B2B, meaning businesses to business. You need to work with businesses that sell to other businesses, so not to everyday consumers, so not B2C. So avoid realtors, avoid plumbers, avoid gyms. Again, there are over 3 million B2B businesses in the US alone, so finding them simply won't be a problem. And here are examples of good businesses to work with, right? We have marketing agencies, recruitment agencies, software companies, IT firms, accounting firms, law firms, and these are just a few examples just to give you some ideas, because the specific type of business that you want to work with really isn't that important as long as you're following the guidelines that we just went over, because every business needs more sales calls. So for example, here is Christian. He's working with B2B real estate companies and was able to sign his first client for $1,500. Here's Tyler, who's working with recruitment agencies, and he signed his first 3 clients, making him $6,500. And I show you these examples to demonstrate that the specific type of businesses that you work with isn't that important as long as it's high ticket and it's B2B. Next, I'm gonna show you step 3, which is exactly how to sign a client for yourself. You've sent cold emails to good businesses and now they're interested in chatting about how all of this works and how you can help them. So what's next? Well, the next step is to set up a 30 to 40 minute call with them. And this is a sales call where you sell your lead generation services to them. Now, you don't need to use any high pressure tactics or come off as salesy or slimy. You don't have to be great at sales or even have any experience, because when I did my very first sales call, I honestly didn't know what I was doing, but here's the key. Just be a normal person. Don't overthink it. These business owners are taking time out of their busy day to talk with you because they have a problem booking sales calls and they're secretly hoping that you can help them solve it. Now on the call, focus on asking good questions and show a genuine interest in learning about their business. Make sure you ask good questions such as what do they sell, who do they sell to, how are they currently booking sales calls, and how many sales calls do they want to book every single month. And once you understand their situation, tell them you can help them book sales calls every single month by using cold emails. And in the next step of this training, I'll show you exactly how to do just that. But for now, let them know that you can help them with lead generation and your pricing is $1,500 to $3,000 setup fee plus $250 for every sales call you generate. Now, the reason that you want to charge a setup fee is because you want to be paid for your time and your effort upfront. It also helps filter out businesses that just simply aren't that serious. And without a setup fee, there's literally nothing stopping a business from ghosting you after you've done all the work. Again, the real money comes from the $250 per call that you book. But the setup fee ensures that you're profiting from day one and keeps you motivated because you're not gonna feel like that you're just working for free. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, no way a business is gonna pay me thousands of dollars if I don't have any experience or someone who's brand new. But for more context, my first client paid me $3,000 setup fee and $250 per call. And I had no experience, I had no case studies, and I kind of just looked like a kid. So for example, we have Ajastru. He signed his first client for $2,000 setup plus $150 per call, and he's from India. So if he can do it, you can too. And remember, the reason why lead generation is so profitable and why we're able to charge this much money is because businesses genuinely need help booking sales calls. Now we're getting to the good stuff, which is how to perform as a lead generator. You've learned how to send cold emails to find clients for yourself. You learned how to evaluate if a business is a good fit, and you learned how to close deals over a sales call. So now let's actually talk about how to actually do the job. How do you book sales calls for your clients? And the beauty of lead generation is you don't need to learn a ton of different skills. Remember how in step 1, you're sending cold emails to pitch your own lead generation services. Essentially, you're doing almost the exact same thing for your clients. So really, the only skill you need to learn is how to send good cold emails. And since you've already been doing this for yourself to sign clients, by the time you get your first client, you already have a solid understanding of how all of this works. So let me actually show you a real cold email that I sent for one of my clients, which was a recruitment agency. And I'll stop talking for 5 seconds so you can read it. Now, what if I told you that I got paid $250 to send this 4-line email? Well, it's true, because this is a real cold email, and if you get good at this, you will literally never, ever, ever go hungry ever again. And I want you to notice a few things. I first explain why I reached out, I tell them what we do, and I include a case study from my client, which your client should have anyways, just to prove expertise and credibility. So what happened next? Well, this person that I emailed booked a sales call with my client, and I got paid $250 just for sending this simple email. Simple as that. Now, do you think you could do this? Do you think you could send a 4-line email? Well, of course you can, because if you can write at a 5th grade level and you follow the cold email guide that I just shared earlier, literally anyone can do this. And booking sales calls with cold emails is just so easy. And here's why. because once you have a good email, you can literally use the same one over and over again. Sure, you tweak the names and a few different details, but the core message will stay the same. Plus, you don't need to manually send these emails every day. There are tools and softwares that help you automate everything for you. You literally set up the email templates once and they send automatically, whether you're taking a nap, hitting the gym, or even out for dinner. So what this means is this doesn't have to take hours of your day. If you have 1 to 2 hours a day, that's all you need. And this is what makes lead generation so simple. Business owners are very busy, and helping them book sales calls through cold emails, you're literally saving them a lot of time. You're helping them buy back their time. And that's why they'll be more than happy to pay you. So all you need to do to make thousands a month is book 5 to 20 sales calls for each client that you work with. So we've now covered what it takes to become a lead generator. But let's actually talk about the timelines to go from $0 to your first client to hitting $10,000 in a month. Now, if you take action and actually commit, you can literally sign your first client within the next month, literally within the next 30 days. So here's a real example. Sydney started lead generation in mid-August, and by mid-September, just 1 month later, she signed her first client for $3,000 a month, and she had zero experience. Nelson started on February 1st, and by March 3rd, he began sending cold emails, and by March 18th, he sent me a message saying he signed his first client for $1,500. And these are real people. Sydney works in IT, Nelson is a nurse. They didn't have any experience or any case studies, but they simply took action and made it happen. And here's another example. His name is Jordan. He's a recruiter. He started sending cold emails on May 1st, and by May 8th, he signed his first client for $2,000 upfront and $200 per call. So if you follow this process, you can sign your first client in weeks, and after that, things will get 10 times easier. And the moment you land your first client, you will gain confidence. You will see firsthand that businesses will pay thousands of dollars for lead generation. And most people are able to sign their second, third, and fourth client within weeks, sometimes even days after their first client. Because to get to 10K per month, you don't need 30 clients. You only need 3 or 4 clients paying you $1,500 to $3,000 each. And there are millions of businesses out there, and all you need is 3 to 4 to say yes. That's it. Like Spencer, he hit $11,000 a month with just 3 clients.
Out of my 3 clients, I'm at about 11,000.
Or Kevin, who made $9,500 in a single week by signing his first client and then quickly signing his second, third, and fourth.
Think about it, 9,500 in 1 week. It's hitting me now.
Tyler, he was a sales rep who wanted something on his own. He started doing lead generation and built his own path.
Let's see. So it's just about $6,500 so far.
Damn, so $6,500 in the last month. Daniel, he started lead generation in August, and within 60 days, he signed his first 3 clients and he made $13,500 in a series of days.
So that's 3 clients. That's 45, 3, 8, 12, 5, 12,500 USD.
Because once you get this going, results will come quickly because of how simple this entire process is. And all these people had no prior experience. They wanted a way to make money without being stuck in jobs that they hated or without needing to listen to a boss. And remember, these people are no different than you. And the cool thing is lead generation fits into your lifestyle. So if you want to work 18 hours a day to make as much money as you want, well, go for it. Or if you want to do this part-time while you're in school or as a side income while you're working your job, well, that works too. For example, Simon, he works a 9 to 5 in engineering. It's a tough job, and he was able to start this on the side, and it makes him $4,000 a month outside of his 9 to 5 job. And from someone who's made hundreds of thousands of dollars at just 24 years old, I could tell you that this is the easiest way to make money online. I've tried dropshipping. I've tried running a marketing agency. Lead generation is hands down the most straightforward and simplest path to $10,000 a month. So in the past 45 minutes, you've learned how to escape the trading time for money trap, why lead generation is the best skill to make money online, how to find businesses to work with, how to write effective cold emails, and how to handle sales calls with ease. And now I want to show you what this has done for me in my own life. Because a lot of people online could tell you to do something, but not a lot of people can tell you to do something because they themselves did it in their own lives. A few years ago, I was flipping burgers at McDonald's for minimum wage. I had no skills, I had no experiences, I looked like a kid, and I had credit card debt piled up from failed businesses. I felt stuck. But here's my life today, and this isn't to brag, I just want to show you what's possible. I bought my dream car, it's an AMG, I traveled the world with my friends, I bought 2 Rolexes, I have the freedom to work when I choose to, not because I have to. And it's because I started lead generation, and it's something you can do too. I went from $0 to $10,000 a month in my first 60-ish days, and now I make $50,000 to $60,000 every single month. So I hope in this free training, you got as much value as possible when it comes to lead generation and breaking some of your limiting beliefs around money and how simple it can actually be. And you can absolutely take everything I've shared today and try it on your own. But honestly, ask yourself, do you have time to waste? Doing this on your own as a complete beginner is hard and it's very time consuming. It's like trying to cook a steak when you've never ever cooked before. Sure, you figure it out, but it's gonna take way longer than it should. And if I had gotten help earlier, I'd be way more ahead today and I'd have way more money in my bank account. Now I know this is on YouTube for free, but remember, none of this even matters if you don't use it. You might as well have not even watched this entire video if you're not going to take any action. Because the most important thing is this: take what you've learned today, watch it again if you have to, go back and take some solid notes, and then go out and apply it in the real world. Lead generation is the business model that just completely changed my life. I went from being super broke to now living a life of abundance and living a life of freedom, all because of this one skill. And here's the thing, I guarantee that I'm not any smarter than you, I'm not better than you in any single way. This is easily something you could go out and do as well. So if you've watched this entire training, I want to make an offer to book a call with me or a member of my team. If you want to be coached directly by me, the link is in the description below. Can you succeed in lead generation without any coaching? Yeah, you can, but getting coaching will make the entire process so much easier and just so much faster that it's honestly well worth the investment. I'll help you become the best at the skill, and you'll be able to do this in the shortest amount of time possible. And it doesn't matter where you are right now, whether you're starting from 0 or you already started and just have some experience. I know you can do this, especially with my help. So click the link in the description to book your call and to check it out. And this isn't some course from someone who makes all their money from selling courses online. This is one-to-one coaching directly with me from someone who actively does lead generation every single day. And if you're someone who's serious about investing in yourself, who doesn't want to waste time to just figure it out alone, and you like what I'm sharing with you today, then let's talk. So click the link to schedule a time, and if you're a good fit, then we'll make you an offer. But if you're not a good fit, no worries, right? Because we just won't make you an offer at all. There's literally nothing to lose, and it might just be the best decision you ever make. Like, seriously. So if you like this video, make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you drop me a like, and actually drop me an Apple emoji in the comments just so I can see who actually made it to the end. Because 99% of people won't actually make it to the end of this video right here. So if you did, you're already in the top 1%. But that's it for me today. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.
Do recommend, like, if people were to like join this, is definitely like, because with other like courses that I've seen, it's not, they never like really give you like a one-on-one like consultation, like actually getting you where you want to be. And it's like these types of calls and these clarity calls have actually given me like a sense of direction on what like next steps I need to be taking to be able to achieve my goal.
Program, to be honest, I really like the combination of like clarity calls and like the videos and stuff. I've seen most courses, they just do like what's it called? It's just like videos, like there's no like calls or anything, or like when you get to talk to the person. I really like this. It's really helpful.
Your program is very valuable. You know, like you answer all the questions even before I signed up. You already answered a lot of, you already put out contents already, like, you know, like for me already, you know, like I think you know, like signing up, you know, like in your program, it's already answered a lot of questions. Like I have accomplished already. I've you know, like within the first 2.5 weeks working with you, I've already accomplished the things that will bring my business forward. Yeah. And yeah, and I'm excited that, you know, like I'm very inspired to the results of my other, you know, my classmates in the Slack group.
Hey guys, I wanted to give my honest opinion on how it has been to work with Jimmy. When I started the course, being honest, didn't know much about email marketing. I am a marketer graduate, but didn't implement it for the outreach systems. And the best thing about this course is that it's actually lined up for you to learn. if you want to put the work, if you want to go ahead and learn, it's step by step made for you. One of the best things about this is actually the community as well. We help each other out. We call our wins. If we have any questions, we go ahead and just, shoot that question and just wait for somebody to answer. And trust me, they will answer. But yeah, if you are doubting of, investing yourself, investing in educating yourself towards something that you believe in, and you're looking for some extra cash, or you're just looking for, a real full-time business development, I definitely recommend you to, invest in yourself. I have invested in myself plenty of times. Some of them haven't worked, but I can definitely say that this system has worked for me. In the last 2 or 3 months that I started with, Jimmy, I have been making 30 plus appointments without, previous information of, how to approach an outreach system. And after those 20, 30 appointments I've made, I've already, signed 2 to 3 clients and looking to sign more. The best thing is that I am not nervous anymore on, can I implement the system for my clients? The best part is that you can. The same system they can approach for you to approach the clients is going to be the same system basically to approach clients to our clients. So don't think about it too much. Jump on it, and if you are eager to learn, if you're eager to actually approach a better, career or a better system for you, I definitely recommend you.
Oh, I mean, in terms of the content in general, super valuable. I know I listened and watched a lot of the testimonies, before I joined, and it is exactly what it says it is. It's in a great format that you can really go 1, 2, 3, 4 and go through it, which is amazing. I know that for yourself, like, we're hopping on a call less than a week in. That's not something you get everywhere, right? So that's also great. And you're very knowledgeable, and the group in the Discord is amazing. Like, it's cool to see other people going through the same thing, and they're sharing, and everyone's really friendly. But yeah, it's super valuable, honestly, man. I'm looking forward to what it brings us, because as I launch this and have more questions, I'm sure there'll be even more value. It's just only the beginning. So yeah, man, like, it's awesome. I'm really, really happy with it. And I appreciate your time actually being able to jump on here today and talk about this. And I'm looking forward to more chats again, just about whatever else comes up, I guess.